Hi everyone, welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now today we've got another Christmas DIY for you. I love doing Christmas. You're going to know this by now. Now this one we're going to make a really cool hot cocoa, kind of hot chocolate bar area that we can put in our kitchen. When I say bar, it's not got any alcohol unfortunately, but you can put some in if you want, I suppose. And we're going to use some of these jam jars. Now I have been looking about for the mason jars and things that you can get. So you can get those and you can spend more money on it. But I thought, let's use what we've got. Let's use some jam jars and we'll do a little bit of recycling and upcycling while we're at it. And it's a really cute idea. I'm going to create a really nice, cute, cozy kind of area in the kitchen where the kids can go along and make themselves a nice hot chocolate if they want to. And that can kind of stay out from now until Christmas. I just think it looks really cozy and really cute. So let me show you how to do it. It's dead easy and I'm sure you will know someone that would love it or you might love to do it yourself. So let's have a go now. Right, so I'm down the craft room now. We're going to sort of set to making them. So to start with, I've worked out what jars I've got and got my labels ready. So I've got the straws, I've got one for marshmallows, I've got a hot chocolate, and also I've got a candy cane one here. This is just, these are jam jars. That was a jam one as well. And this one, I think it was like a Nutella type jar, like a chocolate spread jar. So we're going to stick these on the front, but if you don't have a Cricut or any of this vinyl or can't get it, then we'll make some tags as well so I can show you how to make them. So just make sure that your jars and everything are fit for purpose so you can use them, they're the right size, you know, everything like that. Make sure that your jars are clean, and that will help the vinyl to stick as well as obviously hygiene reasons. So just peel this off and then we're going to stick them in exactly the same way that we normally do our vinyl. And we're going to pop those on the fronts of all the jars. Now you can use any kind of colouring that you want. I've chosen the black one, even though maybe on the hot chocolate it won't show up as well as I'd like. I still think it'll be fine. So you get it like that. Let me just pull the camera down a bit. It goes straight on the front and then we just peel it off and it should stick to the jar. And I'm going to do that for all of the others so they're all ready. Right, so they're done. We've got the straws, marshmallows, hot chocolate and the candy canes. Now I've taken the lids off the marshmallows and the hot chocolate and I'm going to paint them. Now I'm not going to paint the candy cane one because they're going to stick out. It's just these because they're food, so I want to put the lids back on, and all I'm going to do is just paint them with some red acrylic paint just over the top. I'll do them just a couple of coats and we'll let those dry. So I'm going to do that in 1 second, and I also want to show you how to make some tags. So if you don't have one of these cutters or you can't get them, I'll show you how to make some tags so you can put on what's inside. So I'll give those a quick paint and then I'll show you how to make the tags. For these I'm going to use some black or red card. This is just normal card, and I've got one of these punches that punch out tag shapes, but you don't have to use those. You can literally just freehand the shape of a tag. That would work absolutely fine. So I'll cut one of these out just to show you anyway. And just punch down like that, and then you get your tag in the bottom there. And I thought it'd look quite cute to cut it out, cut the little hangy bit with one of these. I thought that would look quite cute. Heart out there like that. And I bought one of these chalk markers from Amazon, and all I'm going to do is just write on what would be inside the jar. So when you first get these, you just have to push the nib down and just get them to squiggle about to get them to work, and just write on what you'd like. Like that. And then maybe use some twine or something like that, and that will hang from the side of your jar. So there's a really easy way to say what's inside the jars, but without using, you know, any cutters. So you could just put that, and that could hang down absolutely fine. Now what we're going to do now is to decorate these a little bit more. We're going to put some twine around the top to start with. Now the twine that I've got here is a little bit too thin. I don't know if you can see. I'll be there forever and a day, I think, trying to wrap that round. And the one that I've got here is a little bit too thick, but we're going to use this one, even though I'd prefer it if it was a bit thinner. It is going to be easier than the other one. So what we need to do to start with is to get our twine, get some hot glue and stick it down at the back to start with, just in the middle at the back, and then start and wrap it round and just put some hot glue in places. You don't need to put it all the way around. We're going to twine it all the way round the sort of neck of the jar, and when we come to this bit here, we'll do that bit and we'll just go up a level. So we go round and we'll go all the way to the top. So I've done the candy cane and I've done the straw to start with, and I haven't done these two yet because if you remember, they've got lids on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the same twine, but I'm going to put it lower down so I can still screw the lid on the top, but I can't do that yet because the other lid hasn't dried. So I'll carry on with these two, and what I'm going to do is put some decoration on here, and for that I'm going to split up one of these picks. This came from the range and it was £1.09, and it's a natural pine berry cone pick. So all I'm going to do is literally cut these bits off and stick some of the berries and the pine cones on the front and just make it sort of look nice and Christmassy. So they'll all probably be slightly different, but that won't matter too much. So get your hot glue, just build it up. I'll probably separate that and stick one of these on as well. And some berries. And then one of these pine cones. Stick that one on. And then I'll just cut a little bit off there and just stuck that little bit on the top as well. So I'll do the rest for all the other jars, wait for the lids to dry, and then I'll put the same sort of decoration on the marshmallow and the hot chocolate as well. Okay, so I've decorated them all now, and I've also made an extra one just out of one of these small jars, maybe just to put some treats in or something like that. So I might do a little sign that says treats for those. I did run out of these little berries, so I had from the craft shop in Llandudno, I had some of these little berry packs, so I just used those, and then some bits of greenery that I had left. And some of them I decided to put bells on because I had no pine cones, but they look really cute, I think. So I'm really pleased with how they're turning out so far. The lids are just drying. I've done a couple of coats for the lids, and I think that's about it. So what I'm going to do now is take all these up to my house in the kitchen, and we'll start and fill them up with all the goodies. Right, so here are all the jars. I've put the treats sign on the front of the bottom one there, and I think they look really nice just as they are, but we're going to fill them up with lots of goodies. What I've got is these paper straws. Now these were actually quite hard to find in the shop, so I ended up ordering these from Amazon. I wanted the white and red ones. You could find, you know, different coloured ones, but I wanted this colour. So these were £1.99, and I think they were on Prime, so they just came the next day. So we'll just have a selection of straws in that one. And then we've got the candy cane. And again, I wanted the white and red candy canes, so just put a few in here. And I wanted a jar that was a bit lower down so they could sort of hook over the edge, which I think they look quite cute like that. So just put a few in there. Right, now we're going to fill the marshmallow one up, and I've bought some of these mini marshmallows. These came from B&M. They were just 39 pence for the bag. And you want the mini ones just because obviously they go better on the top of a drink. So just pour those into the jar. Then because we've got the lids, you can pop the lid on to keep them nice and airtight. Now we've got the hot chocolate, and the hot chocolate that I've got is the one that you just need to add hot water to. It's not the one for milk. So I'm just going to pour some of the hot chocolate in as well. So there we've got that. Again, just screw the lid on the top. I mean, I know that some people call it a hot cocoa, so you can put on what you want, but in the UK we tend to call it hot chocolate. So there's that one. And the treat one, you thought you could either put like some pretzels in, but I've got some of these really sweet chockies, and these are like, you can get like Santa shapes and snowmen and all things like that. And because I've just put treats on the bowl, you can literally put in anything you want. But I thought these would look really sweet with the colours, and they'd look really quite pretty. So that's the little treat bowl. So I'm just going to put it onto the board. The board I bought here was from the range, and it was $3.99. And these, I've used this to display a few things recently, and I just think it ties it in and makes it look lovely. So I'm just going to stack them all on together, and that's us finished. Right, so here we go. This is the tray. I've put some lights around it as well. I'm going to switch the light off in a second so you can see. I've got a cool elfie mug, and this sign here also came from the range as well, just in case you wanted one of those. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making this, and I just can't believe how well it's turned out. And literally, they're just jam jars, and they're old jars that would have just gone into the recycling, and look what you can do with them. Just a little bit of imagination and a little bit of Christmas spirit. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if this is a tutorial that you've enjoyed and if you like the Christmas videos, because I really want to, you know who gets into the Christmas spirit with me. So that's it from me. I hope you're all okay, and I will see you all again very soon. So you take care. Bye for now.